And we're live, pal.
Yay.
And hello, everyone. And welcome to this week's edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I am the Athletic Geek, joined once again by Jedi Jason Kruger. And boy, have we got a show for everyone tonight. If you've never seen this show before, this is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Jedi and I have been watching wrestling together for over 15 years. We love wrestling. We love sharing our love of professional wrestling with other passionate wrestling fans like all of you out there. However, just like all of you out there, we are just fans. We're not insiders. We're not wrestlers. We avoid insider terms because at the end of the day, we are just two marks. And boy, do we have quite a bit to talk about. We got the fallout of the Royal Rumble. We have the end of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And we also have a damn fine episode of Dynamite. So, yeah, let's get right to it. And, I was saying this, we also got a lot of prizes to give away. And our grand prize winner, Patrick, he entered the Royal Rumble Pick'ems contest on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. So he was our grand prize winner. He literally only got the men's Royal Rumble wrong. He got every other point you could get. He won almost perfectly. Almost perfect. So we have for him a nice little prize pack we're going to give him. So the first thing is the mystery prize. You will win this Joey Janela pin and trading card. So there's that. You will win this Marty Scurll autograph. And you will win 2 action figures out of the bag of figures here. And Jedi, would you like to do the honors of picking Patrick's action figure? Picking 2 of them. Oh, you want Triple H? Like an Attitude Era Triple H. And Savio Vega. All right. So that's Patrick's, the grand prize winner, his 2 figures. He also gets 2 comic books. Here, I'll pick the comic books.
Okay.
And we got a Marvel Now Wolverine #1. Wolverine #1 for Patrick. And got one more coming. Got Jonah Hex #36. It's an older book. All right, so we got that as well. And next up is the DVD. So get that TNA backpack right there. We'll pick you out a DVD, a free DVD. And we have a Ricochet 2017 retrospective.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. So, yeah. There we go, on top of the other prizes. And finally, the last one, a t-shirt. He gave me his size in a private message after he got one outright. So
Okay.
I just want to need you to hold it. This looks really lewd, but
It looks really good. Sure.
you have won out of respect, I'll rip the sticker off for you. A CM Punk Welcome to Chicago Motherfucker t-shirt. So, no, Patrick, you don't need to send a self-addressed stamped envelope, but hit me up with an address to send this to, so that way we can get your stuff to you. But yeah, the grand prize winner, he gets a CM Punk T-shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees. He gets a Hitting the High Spots with Rob Naylor Ricochet 2017 retrospective DVD. He gets a Jonah Hex and a Wolverine comic book. He gets a Triple H action figure from my personal collection. This was mine at one point, as was Savio right here. He gets the Marty Scurll autograph, and he gets the Joey Janela pin and trading card. So that is the grand prize winner. Thank you for playing, Patrick. Remington, he's in there. Thanks for coming. We have Galley Bomb was the second prize winner. He also entered on my Instagram page. He gets 2 comics and 2 figures.
2 comics and 2 figures.
So, Jedi, you want to pick the comics this time, and I'll pick the figures. Let's just make this interesting. And Galley Bomb wins Detective Comics, New 52 Detective Comics Annual number 1, and Black Canary number 3 from the New 52. So, there you go. There's 2 comics, and I'll pick the figures. Farouk, Ron Simmons.
Damn.
And one more. And Ken Shamrock. Awesome.
Most dangerous man.
Dangerous Dan. That could be a good tag team. They could be the world's most dangerous Dan.
Nice.
And now we have the, where was the hat, Jedi, with the names in them?
The hat.
Are the names still in them? Okay.
Yes.
We had a 3-way tie for third. Remington Steele, who entered on Twitter, and he's in our chat. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I've seen your show.
Yeah. Bob Caruso, who entered on Facebook, and Jim Aronson, who also entered on Facebook. This is third prize is 1 figure and 1 comic book, but since it was such a tie, I'm going to give the other 2 that didn't win comic books anyway, because we appreciate you playing, and, you did a good job picking. Feel like that's earned a reward. And we have Ratchy Weiss, who also entered on Instagram. She is the only one that got both Royal Rumble winners correctly, so she also wins a comic book.
That's just impressive.
But let's see who gets third today. It is Remington Steele, who entered on Twitter. Thanks for coming. You got third. Bob and Jim, I'm sorry you could not make it. But Remington Steele is the third place winner.
Right.
Let's get the comic books out.
Let's get her done. Comics.
Comic in this one. It is a House of Mystery number 30. It's an old school book. So, there you go. And yeah, you pick this one. You pick this one.
Sure.
Dan Severn.
We're like on a theme here, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit here. This next comic book, I'll get the comics back out. This will be for, let's get Jim's first. This is Jim's comic book. He wins Batman Incorporated number 3 from the New 52. For Jim, and Bob will get... He also wins a House of Mystery. This is number 246. So, yeah. There you go. That's Bob's. And Arachi. Oh.
People are excited.
Yeah, people are excited. Just gotta bribe them. Just gotta bribe them to watch the show.
Yeah.
Actually, you pick this one. You pick this one. Let's get you in on the action.
Hey.
All right, she wins. Green Lantern Corps number 19. So awesome, awesome sauce, everybody. thank you for playing. Be sure to DM me on one of the social media pages with your contact info so we can,
Send this stuff out.
yes, send it out to everybody. So,
Need addresses. We're not mind readers.
but
Some of you guys are. 'Cause
Get-
you know what I was thinking.
Garrett, I'm not going to be able to make it to the Stride Show tomorrow due to real life obligations, unfortunately. But we'll get it to you. We'll get it to everybody. I won't be at Dynamite. I'm doing unfortunately real world responsibility stuff. But we'll work it out. But everybody, this is everybody's stuff. This is everybody's stuff. So.
Loot.
Prizes and more to come. We'll be doing another one of these for Revolution. It won't be nearly as grandiose. It'll probably just be the one figure, one comic, one shirt, one DVD.
Right.
Subsequent on down. The next big one along these lines, and this is going to be even bigger, is for WrestleMania, and we'll probably combine Takeover and WrestleMania. Yeah.
I mean, you almost can't do it any other way. Almost.
Yeah. Let's cut Jedi's hair on live stream. Needs a haircut.
I do.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
And seeing the other stuff I missed. Miss Ray with SCU. Alright, so yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm fine with cutting my hair on live stream, but I'd prefer it to look passable for humanity's sake afterwards.
Yes.
We'll see.
My
father-in-law is actually a hairdresser. I just never get down there. But when I do, I get a free haircut. So I'm too cheap to spend $20. Anyway.
So now that the giving and the merriment has completed, let's talk about some more merriment. The Royal Rumble, because this was awesome.
Talk about the event that led to all these prizes. Cause
yes,
it was good.
Be careful for another superstar shakeup back there.
I was. All right.
So let's we don't have to run down the whole card, but
fair enough.
I really like Becky versus Asuka.
Yeah, it was good. The ending was good.
Good.
I mean, the visual of her with the mist in her own face and just it was one of those just epic ending things where it's like,
right. Bayley versus Lacey was better than I thought it was going to be.
Lacey's best match today.
Yeah, Lacey's not terrible. She just needs to still be in developmental. That's just my opinion. I'm still not a huge fan of her personally, but. Right. She's got some skill. She just needs more seasoning. Yeah. If this were anybody else, they'd be saying you're not ready for the big time. But for some reason, they feel like Lacey is, probably because of the way she looks.
Mm-hmm. Had a heck of a resume outside of wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's part of it too. Just that.
If only you could still create, Remington, if only you could still create fighters like you did on Mortal Kombat Armageddon and you could create Dan Severn. I remember creating Tito Ortiz on that game, so. But yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't hate Brock. I like Brock when he gives an effort, and that week he gave, at that show, he gave an effort.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was loving it.
I just don't like when I get half-assed Brock Lesnar because half-assed Brock Lesnar kind of boring, kind of not entertaining to watch.
My wife's not even that big a fan, and she says she could tell the difference and enjoys it when he's trying, and does it when he's not. So.
Yeah.
Let's get
to the match of the night outside of the Rumble match. Daniel Bryan and The Fiend. Phenomenal match. I didn't think that they were going to... Well, first of all, they still had traditional wrestling match rules.
They did, which is probably a good thing.
I thought Bryan was going to win there for a second.
So did I, actually. I knew he wasn't going to win, but there was a point there where I was like, maybe he is just going to win.
And that is the hallmark of a good match, in my opinion.
Thank goodness they didn't do it under red lights.
Oh, God.
Hopefully we're done with that.
Hopefully we're done with that.
Because that is so unnecessary and horrible.
Yes, it is. Women's Royal Rumble.
I liked it.
I was
upset about the ending. I won't lie. I was upset about it.
I was upset about it at first, and then whenever I kind of took a step back and took a break, I realized there's still stuff you can do with this. There is still story to be told with Becky and Charlotte that can be finished. I don't know if they're going to go in that direction.
Right.
Because, like I said, I believe unless I'm missing something on SmackDown right now, because I can't watch SmackDown live.
Right.
I don't believe Charlotte has declared yet.
I doubt it.
So there's still a lot that can be done. We can still get Shayna and Becky. I would just rather Shayna debut on the main roster the night after WrestleMania, and then we build to something, possibly Becky and Shayna main eventing next year.
I think after the match was over and I was upset, then Charlotte literally cut a promo telling me, "Oh, you didn't think I was going to win, but I did." I was like, "Hey, got me there." Like, I felt like it was directed directly at me. But I thought it was pretty good. I heard some people saying they thought it was like the weakest of the 3 women's rumbles so far. I thought it might have been the strongest of the 3 women's rumbles.
I disagree. I feel like it was the weakest, not so much in the sense that it was bad, but it just wasn't as good as the other 2. I feel like the last 2 years, you had the first one, which,
with Asuka winning,
which is already a big deal because it was the first one. Last year you had the
Becky story.
The Becky story, which you have probably the hottest name in wrestling. That's her story, so of course that's going to mean more. This one was just kind of like, hey, it's the match.
That's fair.
Maybe
a little more unpredictable,
but it was more so
why I liked it, because I didn't know who was going to win. Kudos to Bianca Belair. I think she's got the Kane record right now for most eliminations in the Women's Rumble after that performance.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad performance, but I'm still not.
Well, I'm not saying she's like
sold on Bianca Belair. I just
still
compared to how the internet feels about Bianca Belair. And they took the win out. Cody's 10 lashings coming. Well, that's what WWE does. I still think they might make the 10 lashings work next week on Dynamite, but we're not to AEW yet. Men's Royal Rumble, what more can be said about it? 3rd best Royal Rumble of all time, behind the one that shall not be ever mentioned again, and the greatest Royal Rumble. No, not the Saudi show, but 1992. Lesnar fit his role perfectly. He got the right people out where he needed to kind of get get the people against him. Mm-hmm. He got weakened at the right time by Braun and Keith Lee, and then
shout out to Keith Lee for getting that.
McIntyre looked strong as hell, especially with winning the Royal Rumble, going on to win it. Just great, best Royal Rumble match in quite some time. And they got Brock out right before it got ridiculous.
Yeah.
If they would have went on much longer than that, it would have gotten. You walk a fine line with something like that with this is fun to this is getting boring.
Right.
They got him out right before, okay, enough of this shit.
Right.
So.
Yep. Practically right at the halfway mark, and then we kind of had your more.
No, I disagree entirely. It was the most unpredictable because I didn't think Charlotte was going to win. I had no idea who was going to. I didn't know it was going to be Charlotte. I didn't know if they were going to have Sasha Banks. I didn't know if they were going to have Shayna Baszler.
When she came out at 30 instead of Rousey, I was positive.
Yeah, I didn't know if Rousey was even going to be in it and possibly win. Mm-hmm. So, no, I disagree with you on every conceivable level right there because, I had no idea who was going to win.
Charlotte was smart money, but, still, I didn't, Yeah, those straps did look painful.
Well, here's the thing with everybody thinking Keith Lee would win. Because the Royal Rumble winner doesn't necessarily main event WrestleMania now, Keith Lee winning and just getting a title match against Brock or The Fiend or whoever might be champion by Royal Rumble is a conceivable option because, you've had the Royal Rumble winner on a couple of occasions jerking the curtain at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You've had the Royal Rumble winner in the mid-card match at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So, while I would not have put any money on Keith Lee winning, I could have seen him very much as a dark horse to win. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and he could have won and said and wrestled the very first match against whoever.
Yep.
So
As it is, I mean, I think we all know where this is going at this point, as far as the 2 championship matches are concerned. But
well, I mean, unless again, I don't get SmackDown on my sling,
I understand,
so I don't know what's going on SmackDown right now. But it is official. Drew McIntyre is going after Brock.
Yep.
And I believe that should main event this year.
I think so too. Yeah.
Should definitely main event. Yeah, but overall, great pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Great Royal Rumble, like I said, top 3 all time. Top 2 if you want to go by ones that WWE act like exist. That like they exist. Like I said, other than 92, which is still hard to beat.
Right.
Damn fine
Heck yeah.
Royal Rumble match, and I'm not a complete player hater. I give credit where credit's due. That was.
Yeah, I mean.
Why can't the WWE be like this
all the time?
12 months out of the year instead of like 3 or 4?
Yeah. Just road to WrestleMania season, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Because there was 2016 where it was just complete trash.
Also,
There was 2017 where the Royal Rumble winner was a complete motherfucking moron, gave up his own Royal Rumble win title shot, and then had to earn it back.
And then had a match of sorts.
And we forgot about Edge coming back. I guess we should probably talk about that. Edge is back. I'm happy that he's back because I'd like to see him go out on better terms. On the flip side, every time he does anything, I was cringing because I would still like Edge IRL to be able to play with his kids.
Yes.
And walk.
Right.
So that's a bit of a concern.
Also, shout out to Beth Phoenix for wrestling the whole
Oh my
match.
gosh!
My wife,
Shit!
she was watching it with me. She couldn't even concentrate after that happened. She's just like, get her out of there. Like, why are they still letting her swim in there?
That's why Beth's a Hall of Famer.
Huh?
That's why Beth's a Hall of Famer. So, yeah, that was gnarly, but you know what? It shows what a badass she is.
Right.
It shows, just imagine if Beth was in her prime. And I'm not saying Beth's lost it, but just imagine her being in her prime now.
I know.
With where she isn't having to carry the weight of a whole division and lack of talent on her shoulders.
That's what I kind of told my wife about Molly when she showed up in number 3. I was
Mighty
like,
Molly!
I was like, back in her prime, if it was this landscape, wouldn't that have been so nice for her?
Even Trish, who, I guess in comparison is maybe a little more sizzled than she was a steak, but she's still, her and Victoria were still damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine them in this landscape, I mean, I know Trish kind of gave, possibly passed the torch to Charlotte at the SummerSlam, but still, just imagine Trish still being in there.
Even, this sounds a little funny, except that I saw how much she improved in the landscape that didn't support women's wrestling. Candice Michelle improved leaps and bounds. Could you imagine if she was in the developmental system
now?
Under
Sarah Del Rey,
exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, because, I mean, considering basically just with a little work with Finlay and stuff, she clawed her way to passable instead of just eye candy,
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine with that much drive with the right coach,
Not that Finlay is a bad coach by any stretch.
No. It just, I mean, how much time did he actually have to,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like they put a priority on it, so I'm sure he did what he could. But,
I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying I could see it happening. If you want to imagine, you're trying to make it seem like NXT is better than AEW. Have an NXT guy win the Royal Rumble. You don't have to have him headline. Put him in the opening match like you did or Alberto Del Rio and Seth Rollins, or put him in the middle of the card like you did Orton and Shinsuke, and you can now claim that NXT has the Royal Rumble winner, and to a casual fan, you'd be going, oh, the Royal Rumble winner's on this? Fuck that fucking t-shirt company on Wednesday nights. That's what WWE would like you to think with that kind of training, so, Someone's going to take that one sound clip and make it seem like, breaking news, the geek hates AEW.
Well,
NXT. Let's get
NXT.
to NXT.
I mean, yeah, other than Drew declaring, I mean, nothing really happened on the Raw.
Orton went complete villain.
Oh, yeah, Orton attacked Edge because, I mean, obviously we were setting up for Orton versus Edge, which
I'm fine with it because there's a history there.
Exactly.
But I am kind of like with... I feel about Edge
like
the same way I did about when Kurt Angle went to TNA.
Okay.
Let's not waste time doing a bunch of stuff. I don't know how long Edge has left. I don't want Edge's possibly one match to be Randy Orton. Orton.
I understand that.
You know, especially when, hey, there's Daniel Bryan, who he only had one match with and didn't get to wrestle too much.
Right.
Hey, there's AJ Styles. You know, there's a dream match. You know, hey, here's all these other guys that Edge has never worked with. Randy Orton is like, okay. So
in their defense, if they're worried about his neck, Randy Orton is about the safest person to work with.
Yes.
I mean, it could have been Miz, I guess, but you know, Orton was just playing devil's advocate there and throwing it out at least. Yeah. All right, so NXT then. Finn Balor versus Trent Seven. That sounds decent. Was it decent or was it just pretty quick?
It was.
Sounds quick from the description, but I didn't.
I expected
like Trent Seven.
I expected more. Maybe in my head I thought I was going to get better. I'm not saying it was bad. I just in my head kind of felt like it was going to be a better match.
It could have been like a takeover match, but it was like an NXT match.
Exactly.
Apparently, Shotzi Blackheart is really jumping. Really making a name considering her interactions.
I agree, Eric. I agree with you. The Royal Rumble winner should main event WrestleMania. I absolutely agree with you. I'm just saying that WWE doesn't follow that logic. So because they don't follow that logic, I could have seen them putting Keith Lee as the winner because they don't follow that logic.
Right.
If it was set in stone that yes, that is the main event match, then absolutely Keith Lee has no business winning. But seeing as how WWE has no problem letting the Royal Rumble winner jerk the curtain at WrestleMania or be the fourth match in a 10-match show, I see where everybody's coming from with that pick.
All right, so Shotzi Blackheart, yeah, like I said, they're really pushing her currently.
Yeah.
Because, with the thing with Shayna, and then she was in the Royal Rumble, and then, she beat Deonna Purrazzo. Good for her. Keith Lee says, come one, come all, challenge me, or I'm taking out the Undisputed Era. And Damian Priest and Dominik Dijakovic both won a shot. Dijakovic won, and so I assume he's the number one contender.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain about Dijakovic.
I'm still not completely sold on... I still want to keep calling him Punishment Martinez.
Sure.
I didn't really like him in Ring of Honor much. I enjoy his work a little more in NXT than I did in Ring of Honor, but still not like... He's kind of in the Matt Riddle situation where it's like, I don't dislike him,
right?
But I not really as into him as other people are.
Well, lucky for you, Dijakovic won, so
yes.
Him was Keith Lee. Tommaso Ciampa wants the belt.
Good for him.
So, yeah, he wants the belt. There you go. Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox, and Tegan Nox beat Dakota Kai. Good job, Tegan Nox.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green.
Lost again.
She did. But I assume that's kind of a story that we're doing. So.
Yeah.
And the Dusty Rhodes Classic Final, the Grizzled Young Veterans versus the Broserweights.
Broserweights.
That team that's been,
Broserweights. It was a great match. Established. It was a great match, but it's just, again, I don't have the hammer anymore, but beat this dead horse a little bit more. So.
Throw together singles.
No, it's. For every bit as great as NXT's women's division is, and every bit as much as it just blows AEW's women's division out of the water, their tag division is, and that's me being nice.
Yeah.
Saying it's, and then AEW's tag division, when you have EVPs as tag team specialists, is the best tag division
AEW
in
is where
pro
the tag
wrestling
wrestling's
today.
at, and NXT and even WWE is where the women's wrestling is at.
So, yeah.
Yep. That's just the way it be.
Way it be,
yeah. And if you want to see people nearly get killed, watch New Japan
But even their tag division's not that wonderful.
No. I just meant in general getting killed, like freaking German suplexes on the apron and stupid stuff. That for shame. I'm still shaming them on that because that was too dangerous. But that's just my opinion.
All right, AEW time.
AEW.
And this is where we probably have the most things to talk about.
AEW. Okay. Inner Circle, John Moxley, go. I literally don't know what happened this week. I was a little busy.
Kind of had a good segment. I just enjoyed the segment. So it wasn't anything. It wasn't like it wasn't a cringe segment like Britt Baker on the cruise ship, but it wasn't a great segment like others.
Mm-hmm. They has fight.
Not like Cody's awesome interviews that he gives.
Right.
See.
Young Bucks versus Butcher and Blade.
Good little match. They were paid off by MJF to injure the Young Bucks because they had humiliated him the week before by throwing him in a pool when he couldn't swim. And yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't swim, sure.
That's just it. I thought it was funny,
but he could tread water just fine.
I like the whole idea behind that. That's some very good, you did that and I can't even swim. You guys are the real bad people.
That's right.
It kind of goes more into MJF's delusions.
Yep.
So yeah.
He had a flotation device around his neck. That scarf would have kept him safe.
Yes. It's Mania season. Who will Triple H face? Hopefully, no one.
That was my prediction. Someone asked me that, and I said, I don't think
I would not have any problem whatsoever if Triple H took the year off.
No
That's
Triple
just me.
H, no Undertaker.
I would not have a problem with a John Cena match, though.
No, John Cena can show up.
I want John Cena versus Elias to actually have a match this year.
There you go.
They've been interrupting each other for 2 years now. Fucking fight this year.
Right? Might as well. Maybe they could have a rap battle.
I mean, they already kind of had that this past year.
That's fair. I was just thinking now, Elias is kind of apparently a good guy, I guess.
I do want to point out whenever he was just out there talking shit, and then you see Lesnar just sprint after him. That has got to be a terrifying visual, just seeing Brock Lesnar sprinting after you to hurt you.
And he got hit by a guitar, and I'm pretty sure that guitar was not designed to break.
I was hoping this was not a... I was hoping that it was not a Jake the Snake Honky Tonk Man moment where it was not a fixed guitar and, Jake was legitimately injured there.
Right. Plus, you're supposed to hit with the flat side, not the side with the strings on. Anyway, ouch.
I don't think Brock Lesnar cared.
No, that's the problem with facing Brock Lesnar, isn't it? Sometimes. Nyla Rose versus Big Swole.
I like Big Swole. Nyla has potential. Wasn't in love with this match like some other folks we know.
Gotcha. My general take from things I read was it was okay.
That is an accurate description.
Hey, I mean, considering, sometimes you got to take okay. Kip Sabian versus Cody. Well,
Great
I wonder
match.
who won that match.
I thought it was a really good match. Maybe not match of the night, but it was still a really good match.
Right.
This is something else, I made the mistake
I didn't
going
mean
online.
to be facetious with that, really. I was just saying, based on the story, Kip Sabian's not beating Cody.
And I'm gonna kind of divert off of that just a little bit.
Sure.
A lot of people were bitching about that on Twitter, on Reddit, of, there's that fucking asshole Cody making himself fucking win again. Why can't you lose to somebody and make some other talent look good, Cody? Cody's getting ready to have a big match against MJF, so don't you kind of want Cody looking strong for that match? No, because we live, and I'm guilty of it. I'm sure you've been guilty of it in this internet fandom that we've been part of for God knows how many years. We've had that whole, here's not our guy, here's a guy we like better, he should have lost, there's no questions asked.
Yeah, of course.
You know. But I feel like with Cody, it's just turned up to 11.
It does seem that way, yeah.
Yeah. But then you still hear
kind of like him winning is some people's worst nightmare.
Well, when they're living in America.
That's right.
But, you know, it just... AEW, like, this goes more in the damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. If Cody lost every match, then if/when MJF beats him at Revolution, then he beat a nobody. Right. But then if Cody wins all the matches, you're like, why is the 2-star hero winning?
Right.
You know, only because he's EVP. You know, it's...
No. Triple H versus Edge at Mania, no.
No, we don't want that. Nobody wants that.
Nobody.
Also, it's very similar to people being angry about Omega losing to Pac and Moxley. Had Omega won both those matches, you realize everybody, you know, like the gentleman that joined us, our friend's friend who joined us for Double or Nothing, who just basically shat on the show, said that it was a vanity project. You know, Kenny Omega won both those matches. There have been so many people on the internet going like, oh, Mox and Pac, you know, you got tired of being underutilized by WWE, right. But yet here you are losing to the EVP in this vanity project. So it's like AEW is never going to satisfy anyone. Like, because not because it's a bad product, right. But it's because people don't want to be satisfied.
Yeah. And we're not exactly kissing their ass. I mean, their women's division sucks at this point in time.
Good talent in it, no direction. Kenny does not know what he's doing.
Yeah. As far as the way they debut people. Like, crying out loud.
They debut them poorly, and then once they realize they fucked it up, they do something like, oh, hey, that's pretty good now. Dark Order.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Lucha Express, you know, if they were doing that, like, vignette of them in the jungle to introduce everybody, that if they would have had that on the first episode of Dynamite, that would have been great, but they didn't.
Butcher and the Blade, I mean, they're solid, but they just kind of came out of nowhere, and we didn't know anything, you know, yeah.
You know, now you're seeing, like, vignettes of them having a butcher shop, and it's all creepy, and it gives them a good vibe. Where was that? Like, yeah.
WWE has that part right. You do the vignettes first, then you know.
But I'm still saying, even among all those flaws, I still feel they have a better product than the WWE main roster. They have a better storytelling product.
You can tell that they're trying to work on it when something doesn't work.
Yes.
Whereas with WWE, most of the time, you feel like they're like, you will eat this and like it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, this is what we're doing.
My kids, I have one dish at my house that my youngest daughter will not eat. And I know it, and I don't care because the rest of us still like it. So I literally have a separate dish I make for her that day because I'm not an asshole. It's like, well, you're going to eat something you don't like, and I clearly know you don't like. You know, like the rest of us like it, so she has her pizza rolls, we have our hash, and we're all happy. You know?
Yeah.
AEW found out we didn't all like the hash, so they put some pizza rolls in. It's a weird analogy, but it works for me. So
it works. Let's move on.
Britt Baker.
This was okay. All right. And I retweeted another podcaster, if you will, their opinion on it. This was a good interview with her calling out JR.
Someone needed to. Anyway.
It was good. It wasn't great.
Fair.
This was not okay.
Now wait. If you're comparing from last week to this week, you may have.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like maybe someone got overexcited because you know.
Yeah. If you're comparing one week to another week, absolutely. But that's like saying, you know, hey, we lost 38-0 in the football game last week. This week we won by a touchdown.
Yeah.
Against
exactly,
it, you know.
Exactly.
You know, you didn't, you know,
Yeah.
improve significantly, but you didn't lose and get your ass
Exactly.
whipped. You know,
Exactly.
you did not fail this
Exactly.
week.
Exactly.
She just simply didn't fail. Other than calling out JR, it was your standard villainous promo. I'm going to insult the local sports team, and I'm going to say that I'm great, and I'm going to say you all suck. It was a very, very generic villainous interview besides the shot at JR and the personal jab at Tony Schiavone again.
Right.
But you have all these fucking Britt Baker people. And if you like Britt Baker, if she's one of your favorites, that's fine. God bless you. I'm glad you found somebody you like.
Yeah. Adam
Talking.
Cole. Anyway.
Who?
I said, yeah, Adam Cole.
Yeah. But you have people acting like this is the fucking pipe bomb.
Oh, jeez.
And
really?
it wasn't.
Oh, wow. I'm glad I don't
Not
know
even
this
close.
actually go on.
Like you have people acting like this was the pipe bomb or the Yes Movement beginning or. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was
Desperate.
solid improvement by someone who desperately needed it. But it wasn't that. It was good, but it wasn't that good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
yep, it happened. SCU versus the Hybrid 2, and SCU won.
it was a good match. Paying tribute to the late, great Kobe Bryant with their entrance attire from SCU. And then Dark Order threatened Daniel's family since he turned him down, so kind of wonder what's going to happen with that. And we have another six-man tag match.
Oh, that sounds good. Private Party and Darby Allin versus Santana Ortiz and Jericho.
Really good match. Darby Allin.
That sounds good.
I think Darby Allin or MJF should be the first homegrown AEW person to win the title. You know,
seems fair to me.
You know,
honestly, I haven't seen that much of MJF in the ring. It's mostly his character.
It's his
work.
character.
It's amazing. Darby, on the other hand,
and that
it's
is
that
something,
freaking in-ring work is like, damn,
And
dude.
MJF's character is something that I'm not saying it needs to be all character. I'm not Vince Russo, but I'm also not Gabe Sapolsky where it needs to be all in the ring.
No, yeah, I agree.
And I feel like MJF being champion would be a good classic villain champion to where you would just be desperate to see somebody come along and beat him.
Yep.
But I also think, and I know this is gonna get me a lot of, direct your hate mail to the social medias there.
Stay tuned.
I feel that Moxley, Kenny, and Pac should all win the titles before any homegrown AEW guys. Give those homegrown...
All of them.
Except maybe MJF. But I feel like give them more time to develop.
That's fair.
You can have Mox win the title, and then you can have Pac beat Mox, and then Omega beat Pac, or some kind of variation on that, but I feel like all of them are much bigger stars right now that could carry the company, could carry the belt a lot better than in 2023, maybe 2022. That's when you start kind of, and here's Darby's chance with it. Here's MJF's chance with it. MJF I could see jumping the line a little bit more than them, but here's Luchasaurus' chance with them.
To get anybody to get the belt off of him.
Yeah.
Gotta get it off Jericho first, though. Can't just go from villain to villain. You could, but...
You could, but it's really hard to pull off.
Yeah. All right.
And good match.
I assume, did Jericho's team win that in the end, or did they actually lose? So, yeah.
They won.
Jericho won. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, they won.
As they should.
And, that was Dynamite.
Dynamite!
So, really nothing else.
Good week for wrestling, especially if you count Sunday as the first day of the week.
Yes, so it was a great week for wrestling. It was also a great week for all of the all of the folks that entered this. And if you unfortunately didn't place, hey, better luck next time. We will be doing more of these. So February for Revolution, and then an even bigger one. Than it'll be a little bit more low key. And I don't mean the Thor villain, and I don't mean the former Ring of Honor champion, but still, some big prizes to be given away for Revolution. Then WrestleMania, it's going to be this big again. But that is the show for this week. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of comic books, anime, games, and all things geek culture. Go follow me on all my social media pages. Facebook.com/AthleticGeek89, Twitter @Athletic_Geek89, and Instagram @AthleticGeek89. Jedi, no social media. Got kids, got a wife, got a pregnant wife.
I do.
So, more kids. That means even less time for that social media bullshit. But if you got a message for him, just specify in the comment section below or on my social media pages. He'll get you.
I'll know.
He'll hook you up. And if you won, please direct message me a way to get your prize to you. Like I said, we got Patrick's big loot. We got Gallibomb's big loot. We got Remington's somewhat smaller but badass loot because it's Dan Severn. And then we got the comic books for everybody else. Glad y'all. Thank you for participating. I hope you participate again. But for J. Jason Kruger, I am the Athletic Geek. We are just two marks, and we're out. Have a good one.